Hi, welcome to Rob Reviews, where I review movies and play a game at the same time. So today's movie is The Boy and the Heron, which I saw recently. I feel like I'm a pretty big Hayao Miyazaki fan. I have not seen everything he's done. I haven't seen everything that Studio Ghibli has released, but hopefully that doesn't make any difference. If you like what you see here, you can check out youtube.com/mediaicons or Holiday Rob, where I have my gaming channel, and also on twitch.tv/holidayrob. You can check out Holiday Rob on TikTok. Anyway, let's get into the review. The Boy and the Heron, rated PG-13, released 2023 in December in the US, is a 2-hour and 4-minute flick. Can a man fight against the ghost of his past while knowing the legacy of all he's built will come crumbling down once he leaves this world? That isn't actually the story at all, as it's presented. The story is about Mahito, a young 12-year-old boy who struggles settling in a new town after the death of his mother. I don't know. I don't know what to say right off the bat. I saw this one byline in a review that said, if you're a Studio Ghibli fan, you're gonna like it. But if you've never seen his stuff or you're not familiar with Hayao Miyazaki, you're gonna love it. And I don't want to taint the pool by saying that. I feel like that kind of went through my head a little bit as I was watching the movie, and it didn't really hurt the experience for me, but it was there, ever present. So I'm sorry, I am not going to list all the people that are starring in it. It's a huge cast. We all know they're talented people. They're going to sound great and do well with the acting. The film looks amazing. It's beautiful. Hand-painted, hand-drawn for quite a bit of it. And then you've got your usual digital flourishes. It's a beautiful movie to look at. It was a little dark in the theater I was in. I don't know why, but it seemed a bit hard to see everything. Ooh. So anyway, yeah, it's about a boy and a bird. I tried to not look into too much of it. I tried to let myself be surprised and not watch any trailers. In fact, when the movie was released in Japan, the studio was trying to stop any kind of promotional materials to try and stop anything from being told. And in Japan, The Boy and the Heron is not the title, it's How Do You Live? The first half of the movie, which is pretty grounded in reality and dealing with some of the, I don't want to say guilt of growing up as Hayao Miyazaki. So the history of Hayao Miyazaki is that he was born in 1940. His father worked at, or possibly owned, I'm not 100% sure about all this, he owned a airplane factory, and they were building planes during World War II for the Japanese. You know, to spend the first 5 years of your life having to live through a war in a war-torn country or fighting country, one of the fighters, I'm sure carries an immense amount of guilt because you're born into this privileged situation, and your privilege is kind of based off of the fact that people are going to die because of something that your father's helping make. And so in some ways it seems like he's been chasing that ghost the whole of his films and his life. And so some of that kind of feels like why he may revisit this time in his life, this place. But the film is really quite a bit about legacy and what you leave behind and who will carry that on. And I'm sure this is quite a bit of a stressor for him, seeing as he hasn't, nobody's quite there is a new, I believe, a head or president of the company, Studio Ghibli, which he built with other people around his same age who have also made films for Studio Ghibli. One of note is Grave of the Fireflies, which is just the most rip your heart out of your chest movie I've ever seen. It hurts to watch. I haven't been able to watch it again. So together these young men built this animation studio company. It's interesting because layered within the story, there is certainly this idea of a thing that a character wants to continue, but doesn't necessarily have an error. And then hilariously, there is this other character who grabs hold of the thing keeping this whole object together and then inadvertently destroys it. And that's not heavy metaphor at all. Recently what happened to Studio Ghibli is they were bought out or were acquired by a majority by Nippon, what are they called? TV holdings or media holdings. So, I mean, it feels like a pretty, I mean, you could say like, oh, man, it sounds exactly like you're talking about the thing you built these many years being held by people who, you know, could be considered outsiders, even inculcators, usurpers. So I'm sure that's causing a lot of stress and anxiety to our world builder, creator in the realm of Studio Ghibli. I feel like the movie is a meditation on that change and transition, and I don't get the feeling that Hayao Miyazaki's gonna just stop anytime soon. As long as he can write a story, I think he's going to, and I think he has found that to be the solace here towards the end of his time in this realm. Anyway, go check out the movie. The first half's really good. The second half is a little perplexing, and it finishes up in the same fashion that many of his movies do. There's no freaking fuel in that. And it kind of finishes in that usual fashion where you're like, cool, ending. Wow. Okay. It finishes abruptly like that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody was hoping for more. I would have to engage in spoilers if you wanted to get a deeper analysis of that. It's worth seeing. It's a gorgeous movie. I can't wait to see it again, honestly. And I definitely think you should check it out if you have the time. That's all I got from Rob's Not Playing. So I'm going to say peace out. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you again. And we'll be reviewing more movies throughout the year. Throughout the new year. Throughout the next coming business quarter. Peace out.